Let's go.
What's happening, everybody?
Let's go.
We are back. It's another Crucible Friday. It's another Crucible TV.
It's the last Friday. Last day of January.
Last day of January.
First month flew by.
Last Friday of January. It's the last.
1/12 of the year is already over.
1/12 of the year is already over. We are flying. We are cruising through the end of the year. And I tell you what, we're going to go. So go ahead and start making some mindset changes for the end, or for the beginning of the year, the end of January. Because guess what? I know y'all had your good motivation at the beginning of the year, but inevitably, what happens? It starts slowing down, and it's like, you know what?
How those resolutions going?
Real life's kicking back in.
Going?
All those temptations.
Backseat Jesse
They're
is back.
Appreciate it. Backseat Jesse's back. We love having Backseat Jesse back.
Holding it down back here.
Holding it down back there, and I love it. Somebody's got to hold down to the back of the bus. Last week got kind of cray-cray. So we're happy that Backseat Jesse's back in action and looking good. So today, this Friday, we're talking about mindset. Go figure. We're talking about mindset. And we're going to be diving into some of these ideas of like, you know, how do average people think? What is like the average way of thinking? And how can we put a spin on that to say, you know what, maybe we can make this a little bit better. How can we think about this in a little bit different way? So this is going to be for athletes. This is going to be for people. This is going to be just for moms and dads. This is going to be for business owners.
Everyone.
This is going to be for everybody because these are all mindset shifts.
I like those likes that keep popping up. I like the thumbs up.
You like likes?
Popping up.
You like thumbs?
Ooh,
you like some thumbs up? I like that.
Thumbs
likes
up.
and thumbs up as well. So if you are popping on and watching, let us know where you're watching from. If you're on Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. If you're in school and on IG, just give us a thumbs up and say, hey, boom, appreciate you.
But get back to the homework. Get back to the work.
Get back to lunch. Get back to lunch.
Yeah.
Grandma popping on there. I love it. There we go. So today we're talking about mindset shift. Before we start,
What do you got?
I don't know if I want to share this or not, but for all my Instagram people, because we got it on Facebook and Instagram right now. I don't know. Did y'all see the crazy stickers that Crucible has now? Crucible stickers. If you're on your stories, right? Check this out. Go to stories, film a story, make it awesome, right? And then go to your stickers tab and search Crucible Performance. You might find something
sweet Crucible stickers.
You might find something kind of cool in there. You might
on that GIF.
be sure, type in the GIF there, the GIF. Be sure to type in Crucible Performance and see what pops up. If you use one, tag us in it. I want to see Built Strong. I want Crucible Built. I want Crucible Built out there everywhere. I want Cherish the Challenge out there, everybody. I want that little
hoodie mode.
That one's not up yet. That's a secret one. That one.
Oh, Jesse.
We got hoodie mode. We got hoodie mode coming. But I want to see them.
Backseat Jesse.
So if you use one, tag Crucible Performance. I want you going crazy today in a workout. Give me like a good flex or something, like a little cray and put a Crucible Built sticker on there. Put them on there. They're cool.
Let's go.
We're going now. We're going. Kelly, what's happening, girlfriend? I'll be seeing you before too long. Anyway, watching in Fort Myers, Florida. Grandma's out there getting a tan in bikini mode. Get some. There we go. Here we go. We are rocking and rolling. We are going to make some mindset shifts.
Crucible is awesome.
Yes. I appreciate you.
Kelly.
Kelly. She's awesome. She is awesome.
What up, Drew?
So here we go. We're diving in. Everybody always says, I got all these haters out there. I got haters. I'm trying to do something big. I got a hater. I'm going to prove them wrong. Right? Everybody's like, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You know what I'm going to say?
I'm smug in that.
I look good. Right? I'm gonna switch it up. You ready for this? I bet you have a bunch of people that believe in you too. I bet you have a bunch of people out there that you're surrounding yourself with because you've listened to other Crucible TVs and you said, we always tell you, hey, you got to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with great people and that are going to lift you up. So I know you've got a bunch of great people, right? Bunch of great people. So instead of focusing on the haters and proving them wrong, here we go. We're switching it up. We're getting a little nutty, a little cray. I want you to prove the people that believe in you right. I want you to prove them right. Because we go through about 3,000 to 5,000 thoughts in an hour. Like, that's just what our head does. We think about 3,000 to 5,000 thoughts in an hour. How many of those 3,000 to 5,000 thoughts do you think are like really, really good thoughts?
Probably not
5,000.
Yeah, I wish. More than likely, if we're all being honest, sorry, I didn't mean to cover you up there, Jesse. We're all really, really mean to ourselves. We're really, really mean to ourselves. We tear ourselves down day in, day out, tell ourselves, we're not good enough. We can't do this, just like the haters do. We're almost like our own worst enemy, our own worst hater. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to switch that up, because I think, and I think you guys can agree to this and see this, there's people in your life that you see greatness in them before they can see it, right? Joey's doing a bunch of lessons and teaching kids how to hit. He sees the great hitter before the athlete does. So, Jesse, he's training people, getting them faster, stronger, better. He sees the athlete that they can become way before the athlete does. That's what we all do. If we have kids, we see the person that they can grow into before they ever do. So what I'm going to say, guess what? There are probably people around us that see greatness in us that we don't see. So what I want you to do is to prove that person right. If Joey is saying, Ryan, you got this, I believe in you, you can push more, you can go further, you can do more, I need to prove him right. Mm-hmm. Let's change, instead of the negative, and sometimes you got to go to that nasty. You got to go to that nasty. Like, I'll admit, I go to the nasty sometimes. Be like,
yeah, I go to that nasty too.
Every once in a while, I go to that nasty. When I have that, like, that hard set of squats, or that somebody that's, I'm going to prove them wrong. But the majority of life, let's switch it into a positive and say, you know what? I'm going to prove this person right. I believe in this person. I'm going to prove them right. Please, I'd love it if you did. Let's go.
And if you just go, like, I get it, like, sometimes you have to go with that mindset of proving that person wrong. But if you go throughout your whole life with that mindset, you're letting those people, those haters, you're actually letting them, like, in a way, like, control your life and almost enslave you in a certain way. You know what I mean? And, like, that's the truth right there. If you're always constantly like, oh, I got to prove these people wrong, like, throughout your whole life, you're letting that person take energy out of you. You know what I mean? You're letting that energy vampire suck energy out of you when they're not even around you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's through your mindset.
They're just chilling. They're hanging out in your head, rent-free.
Rent-free, baby.
Rent-free.
They ain't even paying rent.
They ain't even paying no rent. They stealing from you.
Yeah.
Drew, what's happening, Drew Yates?
Yeah.
Joyce,
Drew's getting help.
Grandma said I should come on down for bikini mode. Huh? There we go. Coach definitely changed me into a better hitter. There we go. And see, perfect, exactly, Drew. Joey saw a hitter in Drew that probably Drew never even saw in himself. And that's the whole idea. And I guarantee that Drew got frustrated. I guarantee that there were times that he was like, I can't do this. And Joey was like, you got this. You got this. You got this. And it's so much better fuel for Drew to constantly sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to prove this person right. I'm going to prove Joey right. I know that he's not going to lie to me. He believes in me. I'm going to show him I can do it versus, man, this coach over there said I was too small or like, let's build that positive. The more we need more positivity in life.
That's right.
Woo!
That's right.
Fired up. So there we go.
Not enough.
Mindset shift. Don't prove them wrong. Prove the people around you that believe in you right.
And call of action here. Call of action. I want you to, anybody watching here, I want you to think of one person that's in your corner that believes in you, and I want you to reach out to that person and tell them that you appreciate them. That's what I want you to do right now today.
I like that.
Yeah.
Little action. Take that.
Like
now, don't start texting us right now, because we all believe in you. Text somebody else.
Mess up the live feed.
Mess up the live feed.
Don't mess up the feed.
I got privacy mode on right now. I learned. There we go. So here we go. So that's number one. Mindset shift number one. Prove them right. Boom! What you got to think about that? Anybody like that one? Huh? Is that a new one? Got a thumbs up on that one? Casey, yes, I am going to the Mastermind Retreat next week. So guess who is going to be promoted up to the front seat? And in the front seat, the driver's seat, Coach Jesse. Coach Jesse going to be in the front seat of Crucible TV. Ooh, I don't even know how to do that. I'm not going to try. Believe in me. Something there. There we go. I proved you right. There we go. Here we go. So next week, these two are going to be holding Crucible TV down. I'm going to be in sunny San Diego with my mentor, Todd Durkin.
Just getting your bikini tan.
Get my bikini tan, get my bicep curls on. Let's go. Hanging out with the Navy SEALs out there. Not really. But anyways, here we go. Prove them right. Mindset number two. Is there adversity in life, Joey?
There is.
Is there challenge in life?
There is.
Is it like so oftentimes look real smoky and like gross, and it's like, ooh, I'm gonna avoid that. Like, does it look gross?
Smoke looks scary.
Smoke looks scary. Like, if you ever see smoke, what do? It's like, ooh, I'm gonna run into that and like play in it, or it's like, I don't know about that. I'm gonna kind of avoid that. You know what? I'm gonna challenge you to do.
Around it.
Maybe I should just go around it. Mindset shift number 2. I want you to drive into the smoke. Drive into the smoke. Accelerate. Well, maybe not accelerate.
Showers over.
Boom. Drive into the smoke. Where does this come from? This actually came from a NASCAR driver, Carl Edwards. And they were talking to him and interviewing about, like, what's the scariest part of driving? What's the hardest part? Where do you have to, like, trust people the most? And he talked about, he said, without a doubt, the hardest part is when there's an accident up in front of you. You see chaos. You see a mess. You see, like, there's just chaos. There's tires flying. There's cars flipping. Like, it's crazy. And he said, in that moment, you have to be so trusting of your spotters. They're in your ears, and they're going to tell you where to go. And the hardest part is driving into the smoke, because there's smoke everywhere, right? There's smoke everywhere, driving into the smoke, because you can't see what's on the other side. You can't see what's on the other side of that smoke. You know there's cars going like crazy, but you know your only safe way of making it through is through the smoke. Because if you take your eyes off the smoke and you try to go around it, he said, you always end up into the wall. You always end up crashing into the wall, and you're out of the race. He said that's the single hardest thing that he had to learn when he was becoming the NASCAR champ, is driving into the smoke.
That was probably very uncomfortable to drive into the smoke.
So uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So uncomfortable. But think about life. Like, we have those same things, and what do we do naturally? We
just do what's comfortable.
Let me get around this,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
We get around it.
I think too, like, a lot of times that big smoke is that big metaphor, that problem you might be having. But if you look real deep into that problem, it could just be an amazing opportunity that you need to run into that smoke and seize it right there. Take that action. I know it's not the easiest thing to do in the moment. I mean, heck yeah, I've driven into that wall plenty of times. Trust me. But there's always an opportunity to learn from that time. And next time that smoke comes, boom, hit that accelerator.
And I think it just lends the credibility even more of, like, how important it is to bring great people around you. You have to have your spotters. You have to have good guys around you, good gals around you, good mentors around you to sit there and say, you know what? You're okay. Keep going. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you can't see what's on the other side of this smoke right now. I know you can't see what's on the other side of this shut door right now, but there's a plan, and it's going to be okay.
100.
Put your head down, drive into the smoke, drive into the tough stuff. Believe it. Trust the process.
What's the smoke in baseball?
Ooh, what is the smoke in baseball?
I actually had a hitter in here last night, and he asked me if it was okay to stay in a position that he thought was comfortable.
Okay, like hitting?
We were talking about his hands,
okay.
what to do with his hands and his setup, and
yeah.
As he started moving, what his hands needed to do. And the problem was, sometimes what's comfortable is just a habit that we get ourselves into.
Woo.
So his habit necessarily wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
Because he could hit where his hands were at.
Yeah.
But he was capable of so much more if he would have made this little change.
Sure.
And that change, guess what? It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable for him at first.
Sure.
But if we want to grow out of that average and become a great or an elite hitter, we got to be comfortable with uncomfortableness.
Well, think about absolutely. The comfort zone is going to sap you of your absolute potential. I always talk about what's happening. What's happening? I always think about Tiger Woods. You know, he was at the top of the game, and then what did he do? He reworked his entire swing.
After he just won the Masters.
After he won the Masters, he reworks his entire swing. Talk about some smoke. Talk about some smoke. Not just like Coach Ryan throwing some smoke. Like that's some smoke. Like, that is risking everything. I know what I am doing. Like, I have something that works at the best, highest levels, but I can make it better. I can make it better. I can grow. I can do something uncomfortable mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I guarantee that change wore on him in more than just the physical, more than just the mental, more than just emotional. Like, I guarantee there were times in that where he had self-doubt, where it was like, am I making the right decision?
Am I really doing the right thing?
But yeah, am I really doing, like, is this the right move to make? I guarantee there was self-doubt. But I was talking to some athletes just the other day about this. If you're never getting yourself to that point where you're saying, I don't know, you're not growing. You're not in the smoke. You're not driving into the smoke. We got to get ourselves to that point where it says, I don't know if I can do this set. I don't know if I can do another sprint. I don't know if I can add 5 pounds. I don't know if I can do it. But then try. But then push.
Take that shot.
Go into the smoke. That's the smoke. Take that shot. Exactly.
I think a lot of times, we get so caught up in the performance aspect of things, we completely neglect the smoke. You know what I mean? It's like, here, let me manipulate the rest variables and all this, that, and the other. And trust me, there's a science to it. There's an important part of that. But every now and then, it's like, actually, let's make this recovery a little bit shorter. Let's get outside of that comfort zone. Yeah. Because in a way, we're going to grow. Maybe not put up the best, not run as the fast with that rest recovery, but we're going to grow in a different way today. We're going to grow up here. Absolutely. You know, because there's a lot of times where you don't have that rest recovery when you're playing that sport and you're playing that game. And we're talking about going into the smoke, and we have a lot of athletes going in season right now, working in the season. There is a lot of smoke that happens in the journey of any season. You know what I mean? So, and that's where I want you to really, hold on to that team, you know what I mean? Hold on to your teammates, your coaches, and really use them. You know what I mean?
Think about that rest recovery. How often do trials come? Do the trials and adversities in your life always come when you're rested and ready for them? Or are they always coming when it's like,
well, you're vulnerable.
I'm not rested. I'm not ready to take this on. That's when it's the hardest. Run into it. You're going to build that calloused up mind. You're going to build that grit. You're going to build that ability to push into even more dense smoke, because life's going to come at you. Whether you want it to or not, life is going to come. It's coming. It's coming.
It's going to rain.
If you're breathing,
it's going to rain.
If you're breathing, you're going to face a challenge.
Good. And that's what we have to do. We have to go through the smoke to grow, so that way we can go into even smokier areas. We can go up on better teams. You can level up on your team. You can level up on your swing. You can go into a better job, right? But if you always just sit there and say, you know what, I'm in my comfort zone, I'm okay with not growing, that's all you're ever going to be. And I don't think we were designed to just be comfortable. I think we were designed to grow. I know we were designed to grow. I know that we were designed for that challenge, for that adversity, for that growth, right? Just like a car. When a car sits, it dies. Same with us. When we sit, when we do nothing, when we're not being challenged, we start dying, right? So run into the smoke, drive into the smoke. Coach, you're doing the right things. Got attention to details. That's what you guys seem to do. Great stuff. Hey, I appreciate that, Coach. I appreciate that. Drew, that makes me think of Giancarlo Stanton, how he changed his stance. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. He's making changes. He's at the highest level, making changes. And I think I saw Gwen on there, said that she was watching
She's
from
at
lunch.
lunch.
That's what I'm talking about. Get your mind right at lunch. I like that, Gwen.
About efficient line right there. Get some good nutrition. Get your mind right.
Look at that. No wasted time. I like that. Way to go. Way to go. Appreciate y'all. So here we go. So step number 1, or mindset shift number 1, was don't prove them wrong. Prove them right. Prove the people around you right. Step number 2, drive into the smoke. That's mindset shift number 2. Drive into the smoke. And then mindset number 3. A lot of times I hear, it's 3 words. It's 3 words that I hear all the time. Whether it's, where do you want to eat? Or what are your goals? Or what do you want to do in life?
Ooh, can I answer?
What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like I don't knows, guys. I really don't like I don't knows.
I don't know. But think about it. I don't know is a comfort zone. I don't know is a lack of decision. I don't know is an indecision. But the reality is, realize, and this is the mindset shift, indecision is still a decision. Amen. Indecision is still a decision. Where do you want to go to college? Where do you want to go in your life? What is your purpose? Where are you going? I don't know. You are deciding not to figure it out. You are deciding not to know. You are deciding not to dig into your purpose, into your feelings, into your emotions, into your spirit, and say, where am I going? What am I doing? You are making a decision to float along in the comfort zone. You're making a decision to avoid the smoke. You're making a decision. Indecision is still a decision.
You know what's crazy? And I've had it happen in here too while training athletes, but I guarantee it happens in school all the time. when somebody asks you a question,
Mhm.
a kid, if somebody asks a kid a question,
Yeah.
they say, I don't know, but they actually do know the answer.
Yeah.
They know.
100%.
Like I'll ask kids questions in the cage to challenge their mindset and their mental strength.
Yeah.
I know that they know the answer
Absolutely.
because what I'll do after they say I don't know, I'll start feeding them like the right answer.
Feeding answers. Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, well, you knew.
Mhm.
Like why didn't you say it?
Yeah.
Like is that just kids?
Fear.
It's kids being afraid to be wrong.
Afraid to be wrong.
That's right.
And you know what? It's avoiding the smoke. It's avoiding that uncomfortable thing of what if I am wrong? But what if you're right?
Yeah.
What if
you're
you're
Never
right?
know.
You're never gonna know. You know, what if you never try that thing, right? But what if you do? It might end up being the best thing that changes lives, right? I want to smoke. Jason wants to smoke. I like that. But that's exactly what it is. You know, so that's going to be the challenge is from, again, we talk about immediate action. What are the things that you say, I don't know to the most in life? What are those things that you're sitting there saying? And I joke about, you know, where to eat, but where is your life heading? What are you wanting to do? What kind of parent do you want to be known as? If you've got kids, what kind of coach? If you're a coach, what kind of coach? Like, what is your ethos? What are your core values? Like, what is your family values? What is your family's purpose? Like, what are you going to be known for?
What's that legacy?
Right? What is that legacy going to be? Saying, I don't know is deciding to let everybody else decide what that's going to be. Right? And I would hate to have that happen. I don't think it's anybody else's job to decide for you what your legacy is going to be, what you're remembered for, right? But when you say, I don't know, what's the popular thing to do right now? Like, well, I'll do that. No, like scrolling on Instagram. No, like indecision. It's still a decision.
Mhm.
That's right. And talking about decisions, you know, he's talking about destiny, right? Your destiny is a big decision, right?
Yeah.
Life is the choices you make. So if you want that, you know what I mean? If you want, like we talk about, like that's a scary word, destiny, you know what I mean? Like that's a big word, you know what I mean? But it really, the decider of that destiny is taking action, is the decisions you make. So if you're making no decisions at all, you're just going to decide, like, I'm just going to let everyone else make it for me. You're letting just think about this. You're letting everybody else decide your destiny.
Yep.
You know?
Your decision is to let everybody else decide for you.
destiny.
And that's the crazy part is, well, I don't know. They can decide. You are deciding to let them decide. And that scares me.
Mhm.
That scares me. I want you to be that ultimate decision maker that says, you know what, this is the trial that I'm choosing. I talk to our athletes about this all the time. You know, hey, are you being challenged right now? Yes or no, you know? And a lot of them now are understanding, like, yes, I am being challenged and I am choosing to grow from it, whether it's a hard class or whether it's I'm bickering with my parents or whatever it is. And we always talk about, like, how are you growing? But my favorite is when they say, no, I'm not being challenged. And I ask them what they're doing about it, right? What are you doing now that you're not being challenged? Because that's almost like the best time. Right? That's almost the best time. I'm not being challenged because then you get to choose your challenge.
Mhm.
You get to choose how you're challenged. Life throws us enough curveballs. It throws us enough smoke at us that a lot of times we have to choose to respond to whatever life throws at us. Like it's coming, right? But when you're in that good spot, when you're in that spot, we're like, man, life is good. Like I'm feeling kind of comfy, feeling kind of cozy. Like life is good, You better like that, right? You better go choose a challenge.
Mhm.
You better go choose a challenge. It might be, I hate reading. Go read a book. It might be, I hate working out. Go work out. Like it might be, I don't like this. Find a way to challenge yourself.
Find a way to callous that brain, right?
Callous up, baby. Callous up. Just like doing pull-ups, you're going to get calluses. Just like swinging, you're going to get calluses. How are you callousing up? How are you challenging yourself?
And I think too, just from a mental standpoint, if you're not being challenged, whenever a challenge comes, it's going to seem like a crisis.
Yeah.
And if you're always looking for that next challenge, it just turns like if something comes along, it's not a crisis, it's just a little inconvenience.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
you just blow through that like it didn't even happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're never being challenged, As soon as that first thing comes, and it could be anything. It could be, I don't know, the cable went out in the house.
Right.
There's no internet. Like you lose your mind and you turn that little small inconvenience
Absolutely.
into a complete crisis. And you don't have to.
Absolutely. And the more challenges, exactly like that, the more challenges you overcome, all of a sudden those challenges that were once huge for you, you don't even sniff at it anymore. It's like, oh, handle it. Boom, handle it. Drew, I've been challenged to sit my freshman year of college from injury, but you have to take it and work harder to get back. Absolutely. Yeah. And again, you have to, this is one of those things. Either the challenge is happening to you or it's happening for you, right? How are you going to grow beyond that, right? I love here just the other week, Zion Williamson. Yeah. He's been hurt. But then his first game back, he drained like 5 threes, right? And somebody asked him, like, I didn't know you were a 3-point shooter. And he was like, well, I couldn't do anything else, so I just sit out there and lob threes, and I got pretty good at it. That's awesome. Like, how cool is that? Here's a big dude that's known for slam dunking, and he's out there draining like 5 for 5 from 3-point land, right? He chose to get better. It was happening for him. And all of a sudden, now he's just added another asset piece to his game that
makes him more valuable.
Now how do you guard the dude? But if he didn't have that injury, I guarantee he wouldn't have developed that skill, that trait. So Drew, how can we grow? How can we get better? How can we make this challenge? How can we make this injury happen for us, not just to us? Austin, what's happening, baby? I agree with that. If you're afraid of challenges, it doesn't affect you on the field per se. It will always follow you in life. Take the challenges head on. Amen to that, baby. Yeah. Amen to that. You got
thumbs up.
Again,
popping that thumbs up.
Running into the smoke. You just popped on, and that drives exactly to the point of our mindset shift number 2, which was drive into the smoke. Run to those challenges. Drive through that smoke. You got spotters around you. If you take your eyes off the smoke, if you stay focused on the smoke, you can drive through it and make it happen. But if you keep your eyes off of it, you're going into the wall and boom, crash, right? Drive into the smoke. Get after it. Exactly that, Austin. I love that. That is such an awesome mindset. So there we go. Guys, can you believe it's 1 o'clock already? I'm spitting already. I'm spitting. I'm just getting too fired up today. But I think that was an awesome Crucible TV today. You can take any one of these. You can take all 3 of these, but choose one. I loved Coach Jesse's action item number 1. Prove them right. Who are those people that you want to prove right rather than prove them wrong? If you have somebody out there that you want to prove right, that believes in you, shoot them a text message. Say, thank you. Thank you for believing me. I'm going to prove you right. I'm going to prove you right. And then get after it. What are you going to take? What are you going to do today to prove them right? Drive into that smoke. Drive into it. Make sure that you're going in, driving into that smoke. Don't avoid it. That's happening for you, not to you. And then indecision is still a choice. Don't allow everybody else to sit there and say, oh, this is what you're going to do. No, realize that when you decide not to make a decision, you're allowing somebody else to make a decision for you. Indecision is still a choice. Boom. Amen. Love the spitting. There we go.
Friday.
Get to see more of these.
February already.
February. Leap year February. Awesome.
29 days.
There we go. So we're going to an extra day. Extra day of gains.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Ooh,
Type in real fast.
In.
I'm curious. Who you got? 49ers or Chiefs?
Chiefs or 49ers?
49.
We'll let the crowd decide.
Well, who do you think's going to win?
I got the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs?
I got the Chiefs.
Who you got, Jesse?
I got the Chiefs.
Pop in on
you got
IG.
The Chiefs?
Comment.
Fine. I got the 49ers. They got the Chiefs. I got the 49ers. Let's go.
Chiefs are favorited by
I don't care.
1.5.
I'm driving into the smoke. There we go.
Let's
make
really
it happen.
It's a 1-point spread. It's not really.
It's underdog. I love the underdog. 49ers.
Not really, but
49ers. Next week, these 2 guys holding it down.
Let's go.
12:30. Crucible TV. Gonna be awesome. Feeling good. And remember, check them stickers out. If you're on Instagram, check those. Tag us. I want you to tag us. I want to see that these people are using them. IG stickers. Search GIF. Go to your sticker, GIF, however you say it. Search up Crucible Performance. We got like 4 or 5 of them out there. I want to see them. Tag Crucible Performance in them, and we'll retag you, repost you. I would love to see all these things out there. It is awesome. So anyways, guys, boom, 1 o'clock. Love y'all. Hope y'all are having an amazing Friday. Let's finish strong. Let's
Finish,
finish
baby.
strong. Finish. We got this. Let's go,
go.
baby.
Run into
Love
that
y'all.
smoke.
Run to that smoke, baby.
Woo.
Love y'all. Have an amazing and blessed day.
Peace.
See ya. Facebook. Love you guys. We'll see ya. Boom. Oh, Pam, I got to pop on here for Pam real fast. Pam, Ryan, you're so inspiring. My goal is to do a muscle up. How much would you charge to work with me 1 or 2 days? It's like $1 million. $1 million. 1 or 2 days a week to get it. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a text. You got my text message. Or you got my cell phone, or I'll message you right now, or I'll message you on here. Either way, we'll talk. I'll take care of you. You know that. We go way back. I love that. Keep on getting in. You're getting them
Keep
big
crushing
muscles.
it, Pam.
That's a new challenge, and I like that.
I like
Proud
that
of you.
challenge.
Proud of you. Sherry, appreciate you. Cherish a challenge. You know
Let's go.
you know what we do.
Boom.
I love that.
He's a beast.
I love it. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.